Ancient Egypt is one of the oldest civilizations in human history. For thousands of years, its culture, beliefs, and rulers have fascinated people all around the world. Ancient Egypt began around 3,100 years before the Common Era, along the fertile banks of the Nile River. The Nile flooded every year, leaving behind rich soil. This made farming possible and allowed society to grow. For nearly 3,000 years, Egypt survived and evolved. Eventually, in 30 years before the Common Era, it was conquered by the Roman Empire and became a Roman province. The ancient historian Herodotus once said, "The Nile is the gift of Egypt," and he was right. The river shaped Egypt's geography, culture, and way of life, helping create one of the most impressive civilizations the world has ever seen. The earliest people in Egypt appeared around 5,000 years before the Common Era. At that time, rising sea levels caused major flooding around the Nile. As the waters settled, fertile land remained, and people began building settlements on higher ground. These early communities first formed in Lower Egypt, near the Nile Delta. Over time, as conditions changed, people moved south into Upper Egypt. Even though this sounds backward, Upper Egypt is in the south because the Nile flows from south to north. By 4,000 years before the Common Era, important cities began to appear. Hierakonpolis, Naqada, and Abydos rose in Upper Egypt, while cities like Buto developed in the north. As populations grew, rivalry followed. Upper and Lower Egypt began to compete for power. This conflict lasted for generations. Around 3,100 years before the Common Era, the ruler of Upper Egypt, Narmer, also known as Menes, defeated Lower Egypt and united the land under one crown. This moment marked the beginning of dynastic Egypt. Narmer founded the capital city of Memphis and established a strong central government. A few centuries later, Egypt entered a powerful era known as the Old Kingdom. This was the age of pyramids. One of its most important rulers was Pharaoh Djoser. He ordered the construction of the first pyramid at Saqqara. His advisor, Imhotep, was not only an architect, but also a physician and a scholar. Later rulers continued building massive monuments. Pharaoh Sneferu built several pyramids and expanded trade beyond Egypt's borders. His son, Khufu, built the Great Pyramid of Giza. It stood nearly 146 meters tall and remained the tallest structure on Earth for more than 4,000 years. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Pyramid was not built by slaves. It was built by farmers who worked during the Nile's flood season, when agriculture was impossible. After Khufu, Khafre and Menkaure completed the Giza Pyramid complex. But the cost of these massive projects slowly weakened the economy. As resources declined, central power faded. Egypt entered a time of chaos known as the First Intermediate Period. Eventually, the country was reunited and the Middle Kingdom began. This era brought stability, economic growth, and expanded trade with Nubia, the Levant, and the Mediterranean world. Once again, internal problems led to division. Foreign rulers called the Hyksos invaded from the east and took control of Lower Egypt. They introduced new weapons and horse-drawn chariots. Around 1550 before the Common Era, Ahmose I defeated the Hyksos and reunified Egypt. This marked the beginning of the New Kingdom, the most powerful period in Egyptian history. Egypt became an empire. Famous rulers like Hatshepsut, Thutmose III, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramses II ruled during this time. Borders expanded, temples were built, and Egypt reached the height of its power. But no empire lasts forever. Invasions, economic decline, and internal corruption weakened the state. Egypt was later ruled by the Persians, then conquered by Alexander the Great, and finally taken over by the Romans. In 30 years before the Common Era, ancient Egypt officially came to an end. Yet its legacy never disappeared. Its architecture, beliefs, and knowledge continue to shape human history